Welcome back to the Momentum Sports Podcast. If you're new here, please consider hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button. Comment down below your thoughts. Derek and I love talking about college sports, especially college football and college basketball. We're excited to get on to this next topic that you came here for. So let's get it. Welcome back, everybody. So, Derek and I are having a little debate about targeting. And Derek does not believe that the Texas hit on Georgia was targeting. He believes that targeting is helmet to helmet. And we're having this discussion. And I think this is really interesting because a lot of people do not understand the rules of targeting. And it seems to be changing so much that it's very inconsistent. So these are examples of targeting. Leading with the crown of the helmet. This is the most common belief. Everybody thinks that if you're leading with the crown of the helmet, it's targeting. If you're not, it's not targeting. That's not the only thing that is considered targeting. The next example is hitting the neck, the head or neck area of a defenseless opponent with the helmet, forearm, hand, fist, elbow, or shoulder. So if the defender's helmet, forearm, hand, fist, elbow, or shoulder hits the neck area or head area of a defenseless opponent, that is also targeting. Launching into an opponent with a hit to the head or neck area. Again, it does not mean head to head. Crouching before making a tackle to create maximum force. That's an interesting one. So the issue with this that I'm seeing in all this is it's very subjective. It's very like, in that situation that's targeting, and because when you think of hitting the neck, I guess not necessarily hitting the neck area or head area, but there are times that there are hits that are higher on the body.
Okay, I'm looking at the video right now. And yeah, it's definitely not targeting. Okay. Okay, I'm watching the
Okay,
video right now.
I know it was called not targeting. I feel like by the rules it should have been.
Here's the thing. It's not the player's fault when the QB lowers his helmet lower than his shoulders. Okay? At the Texas player launched as his head was up. And then when he saw him launching, he lowered his head like this. And then they claimed contact. He was already launching. So yeah, I think they got the call right. It's not his fault. He was aiming for a spot, and
So
all of a sudden the
so
QB
this
lowered his helmet.
launching into an opponent with a hit to the head or neck area.
Yeah, it wasn't going to the neck area or head area.
His
It was the
helmet flew
QB.
off. What are you talking about? It wasn't to the
You
neck
didn't
area.
listen then. I said, as the quarterback was holding the ball like this, all right, he saw a player launch himself. So when he saw him launch, he was bracing for impact. So he decided to go down like this. As he went down like that, after the launch, he went down like that. I don't know if you saw me, but after the launch, he went down
I
like
see
that.
you.
He ducked his head after the tip of launch, so now he's like ready to pound him,
So
and and he's turning his head away from the quarterback, so he won't be a penalty with his helmet. But when you lower the QB lowers his head like that, what is he supposed to do? He can't even see the
so
QB anymore because he's like this
so
now.
this is the issue with this rule is it's very subjective. Derek, nowhere in there does it say unless the offensive player lowers his head. It doesn't say
Yeah,
that. It doesn't matter what the
it
offensive player does. It only matters what the defender does. If the defender
okay.
connects with the neck or head area and the helmet flies off, that's a connection to the head or neck area. That
Well,
is
it doesn't say
considered
the helmet has
targeting.
to fly off. It doesn't say a word
Okay,
about
no,
how it flies
I'm
off.
adding that. I'm
Okay.
adding.
So basically, you know what? Every quarterback should do now is get that call every time. They should be like, Okay, he's coming at me. Let me lower my head to meet his helmet
That's
so
what
I
a
can
lot
get
of
a
them
penalty.
do. That's
Yeah, no,
so if you watch all the calls that have gotten called as targeting, the offensive player is lowering their helmet.
so I think they should
All
write
of
the
them.
rule. I
Like
think if
almost
the
all of
law,
them, the guy is going like this and it still gets called. And
I
that's
think they
the
should
issue
write
with
the
this
rule.
rule. I
I think
agree
they
with
should
you.
rewrite the rule where if the guy launches and looks at on replay that he's going straight for the body, and
Yeah.
the guy was heads not down because he was getting tackled at the same time, but he wasn't getting pulled down,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I
And the
agree with
QB,
you. It
yeah,
it puts yourself in the defender in a terrible position. The issue is they can't find the right way to call it. Because if you look up pictures, I mean, just look up pictures of targeting. The offensive player in like a lot of these is lowering his helmet. Um,
hmm
and so not all of them, but there are a good amount of them that it's like the offensive player is also lowering his helmet doing that. And it's just it's a tough one to call because sometimes it's like, oh, that's obviously targeting. They're going to call that. Review says no targeting, and then they're reviewing another targeting call, and the announcers are like, yeah, I wouldn't call that targeting. And he's not doing this, he's not doing that. The review comes back, and the refs are like, he's out of the game. So they've really got to fix this rule. It's really annoying. I get the whole protect the players, but make it very specific to understand for everybody involved. Because a lot of these defenders are getting kicked out of games for hits that should have been, they could have been considered legal to certain viewers. And whenever you make it so subjective like that, you're kicking a guy out of the game for maybe a 60-40 vote. Because I guarantee you, about 40% of people do believe that that should have been called targeting.
I
And
don't think it
that's
really
bad.
mattered. No, I don't think it really matters because you know what happened.
If you're getting
Besides
kicked
the
out of the
fact
game
that,
for that, I think it should matter.
well, I think it really matters because the next play they score win the game. You
Well,
know,
okay, in hindsight, sure. But
but
like,
then again, but what really matters is that guy's out for the first half of the first playoff game. So,
yeah. So,
yeah.
anyway, I thought that was just kind of an interesting conversation that Derek and I were having, and let us know down below what you guys think of this. Were you one of those people that thought the Texas hit on Georgia was that targeting, or were you on the same page that nah, that wasn't targeting? He didn't do any of these things. My biggest argument to the whole targeting thing is don't only base it off of crown to crown, head to head contact or crown to head. Yes, that would be obviously that's targeting, but that just because that didn't take place does not make it not targeting, if that makes sense. So, anyway, let us know y'all's thoughts down below. Do you think that I'm just full of it and Derek's right, or whatever? We'll just have to see. So, we'll see you guys in the next segment. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got this far, please consider hitting that like button and commenting down below with your thoughts. We'll see you guys in the next video.